It's Tuesday, March 23rd. That's day one of year two, if you're keeping track. And today I'm prepared to talk about one of the subjects that I've talked about many, many times. It's an individual who disappeared for a while from the public scene. And you'll probably guess who that is right now at this point. It's Donald J. Trump, former president of the United States, creator of the big lie. Now, Jason Miller, a Trump advisor, has made the announcement that Donald Trump is going to open his own social media platform. And I believe they're going to call it AIDE. And it's going to be open in a few months. And I am wondering why Donald wants to take this on. This is not an easy thing, opening up a platform and maintaining some kind of editorial responsibility. I'll call it editorial responsibility. Because I don't think he really understands that part of it. And I think the real reason that Donald Trump is opening up this new platform is because his twitchy Twitter finger is driving him crazy. Imagine that he was locked down, knocked off these social platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and whatever, right after the insurrection on January 6th. So it's like 10 weeks now, and he hasn't been able to tweet. And for a man who tweeted day and night, and avoided the public in many cases, and stated his platforms and things on Twitter, it must have been agony to not be able to twitch his finger. So now he's come up with a new scheme, open his own platform. And it's probably a good idea for him. He probably has millions of people that can't wait to get on his platform. Think of all those people that have been disenfranchised because he is gone. He is gone. But he's not really gone. He's returning full force. And I'm glad he's returning. Because when he returns, I'll have somebody to pick on. And believe me, I am sure he will give me plenty to pick on. Because rest assured that when Donald opens his platform, there will be turmoil. He will be saying things that may be true and they may not be true. He will be saying things that may be political and they may not be political. He will be saying things about people who he likes and people who he doesn't like. And then a few days or a few weeks or a few months later, the people he liked will not be liked anymore because they have stepped over some imaginary line that he has constructed in his mind. Because remember, in Donald's mind, it wasn't whether you could do the job well. It was whether you were loyal to him. If you were loyal to him, you could do a shitty job and you would still have your job. But if you go all the way back to his presidency, and you could start with Jeff Sessions and how he recused himself from the Russian investigation and he was gone. Then you can look at Bolton, and he said something, and he was gone. And then you have Chris Krebs, who disagreed with Donald, and he was gone. So loyalty is very important to Donald, but it's not the kind of loyalty that many others expect. There are many people who expect loyalty, but they also don't mind it if you disagree with them occasionally. But that is something that Donald couldn't tolerate. Now, I'm not really sure that Donald understands what it means to run a media platform, a social media platform. Because if you take a look at the history of Twitter and Facebook and others, they're under scrutiny on how they handle the accounts of government officials and politicians. They're under scrutiny about whether or not they're protecting a person's free speech. In fact, last week, Twitter said it would seek the public's advice on when and how it should ban world leaders, saying it was reviewing policy and considering whether leaders should be held to the same rules as other users. I think they should be held to the same rules as other users. They shouldn't be allowed to lie and exaggerate and make false statements and things like that. You know, the users of social media platforms believe that what they hear is true. So in my mind, it's a violation of trust if you're not telling the truth on these social media platforms. If you allow organizations like QAnon to spread their conspiracy theories and talk about people drinking blood and things like that, there ought to be a way to stop that kind of stuff. And we know that Twitter and Facebook and Instagram have come under fire because of the things they have allowed to be published. And you know, there are subtleties in speech, and it's not easy for a social media platform to monitor everything that's being said there. So I wonder if Donald truly understands what he's getting himself into, and whether or not he will have the chutzpah to keep people off his site if they say things that are in some way racist or derogatory or insulting. He probably will have a way to keep people who say bad things about him off his site. I'm sure he'll work on that, but I don't know if he'll work on a lot of the other things, because he surely hasn't done it in the past. So I think it'll be very interesting to see what his site looks like in 2 or 3 months. And I'm sure if he gets it up and running, he will have a robust audience. And in my mind, that's too bad. But each to his own. People shouldn't be upset by having another social media site out there. And don't be surprised by what you see and hear from this site, because I'm sure that in some way, shape, or form, Donald is going to make money off this site, in addition to continuing his fairy tale of the big lie. But I have to give him credit. It's a brilliant move to create your own media site, because I think in the United States of America, where we have rights, then the public, much of the public, will not be against his site. So that's what I have to say about it today. And hopefully I'll see you in the morning. Bye.